We're live and getting ready for what should be another great NFL matchup. Well, this is it, the Super Bowl. The game promises to be a very evenly matched one, pitting the best of the AFC and the best of the NFC as the Saints match up against the Bills. The start of this year's Super Bowl is only minutes away, and here they come out onto the field.
I always say that last year's champion is still the champ until someone else wins the title. And that's exactly what's going to happen here tonight.
And let's go to the field for the coin toss. The Super Bowl just moments away as we get set for the opening kickoff. Berger will be kicking off
to start the game. Thomas back deep to return.
From the 6-yard line. Anthony Thomas finds some open area on the return and brings it back to the 33. John, Super Bowl Sunday, national holiday. Everything gets magnified.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. Everything's bigger, everything's brighter, everything's louder. These players know that this is going to be one of the biggest days of their lives. It's all the big games you've ever played rolled into one. The defense is trying to shut down the running game early to force him to pass. We'll have to see if it works and causes him to give up on it here in the first half.
Gain of 3. Williams is the deep back.
Let's do our thing. Let's do our thing. Here we go, baby. Rock and roll. Stay posted now. From the start,
The counterplay. Number 57 is there on the stop at the 38-yard line.
I know they didn't get much, but it's all about making the defense respect the fact that you're willing to run.
Ball on the 38-yard line.
knock him out.
The Saints come out in a 4-3. It's rid of it. Grabs the off-target pass. Smith comes up to make the play at the 45-yard line.
This is good communication between the quarterback and his receiver to keep the chains moving. They know where the first down marker is, and they recognize the type of coverage the defense is playing. The ball is there, and so is the catch.
Back it up, baby. Let's go now. Let's turn it up.
He hands it off. Bullocks stops him at midfield. Rodney Poole is getting up very slowly. It looks like he'll head toward the sideline, and we'll get you an injury report as quickly as possible. Ball right around midfield.
Ball on the 50-yard line.
Defense, get ready. All on us,
The
y'all.
Saints with a 4-man front. Royal goes in motion.
Let's go, D. Let's go.
It's a blitz. Pressure.
They need some better blocking out of that offensive front. You have to use your hands, get them out in front of you, keep them inside, maintain leverage, and balance it. You need to hold those blocks and slow down the pass rush.
The injury sustained earlier was minor, and they expect him to return to the game after a series or two. Wassman sends a man in motion.
Stay deeper than deeper.
Throws it. Complete to the wide receiver. The receiver breaks free. The 10. Touchdown, Bills.
He gets a great block right here to spring him for the touchdown. I'll tell you, he takes the defender right out of his shoes that time.
The extra point attempt is good. Perfect way to start this one off as they move the ball down the field for the touchdown.
They came out with a plan on offense and executed it to
He is lined
perfection.
up for the kickoff. Thomas back to return.
This one is handled by Thomas.
They don't want to fall out of contention early, so they'll be looking to put together some kind of scoring drive on this possession.
1st and 10. Ball on the 23-yard line.
The Bills come out in a 4-3. Deep throw. What a catch. McGee comes up to make the play. He brings it in for a big gain.
Almost every wide receiver gets better at running routes as they get older. And this guy's no exception.
3 minutes remaining in the quarter. Looking upfield. Sheds the back. Schobel records the stop at the 40-yard line.
As a coach, you need to make sure that you establish your running game as a weapon that can hurt the other team.
Ball on the 40-yard line.
Ball on the 40-yard line.
Buffalo lines up in a 4-3. Little misdirection. Running with a lot of room in front. This one will be spotted at the 26-yard line. And he was able to create a lot of space on that run, John.
Well, it started with some good blocking. When he got through there, he turned upfield, and they weren't in position to tackle him.
The Bills line up in a 4-3. Play the counterplay. The back breaking free. Flags are down. This one appears to be on the offense.
Holding on the offense. Number 7.
The call is holding, and that'll push them back.
That's what happens when your feet and your body get going in the wrong position.
Ball on the 36-yard line.
On the 36-yard line.
There we go, baby, rock and roll.
Only one man back. Pass play here on first down. Going long. Makes the grab. Touchdown, New Orleans. Veteran is able to come down with a pass in the end zone.
This is what good, experienced receivers do. They excel when they're given the opportunity to make big plays.
John Carney comes in for the point after, which will knot it up. The point after is good.
Give some credit to that big offensive line. Those guys are working hard out there, and it's showing on drives like that.
Berger comes in to kick off.
For the kickoff. Thomas back to return.
Nice kick and returnable. This one is handled by Thomas. The passing game is really working for them. We saw that on their last possession as they worked their way down the field for a touchdown. And let's see if they can do it again here. Ball on their own 29.
Ball on the 29-yard line.
Come on.
The Saints come out in the 4-3. He's brought down behind the line for a short loss. They wanted to pound it through the middle, but they got pounded for a loss.
I'll tell you, that was a perfect time for these guys to call a blitz. They got in there, filled the gap, and brought down the back for a loss.
Ball on their own 27.
27-yard line.
Let's go, let's go. Yeah, let's go, baby.
New Orleans comes out in their nickel package. Royal, the man in motion.
Hey, let's go, Mikey.
Drops back.
That's where'd that truck come from?
Loss of 2 on the play.
A smart coach would call this defense.
Here is a third and long
Ball on
situation.
the 24-yard line.
Gotta keep our poise here. Let's turn it up,
Wassman
D.
spreads them
Watch
out.
your eyes.
Pressure coming. Gets the pass off. Tommy Pollard has it. The third can't bring him down.
Defense wins championships. And with that pick, he's doing his best to win one right here.
Following the interception, it's now first and 10. Bush, the lone back. He'll pass on first down. With the throw, almost picked off. Spike got his hands on it.
He's a pretty good cover linebacker. He can run with most guys, and he gets good position. And he reads the pass, and he makes his move. He'll drop a few like that one.
Buffalo goes with a four-man front. Cross play to the left. Great trajectory. Anderson is there for the tackle. Bush slashes ahead for a gain of 4. The 7-yard line is where they have to go on this third down play.
Regular. Let's go, beat Phil.
Buffalo comes out in their nickel package. Drops back, gets the pass off. King makes the tackle at the 3-yard line. Great catch on 3rd down by Horn.
And the quarterbacks have confidence throwing at this guy because he's got some of the most reliable hands in the team, and probably in the league.
All on us, y'all.
Hand it off. Dropped in the backfield for a short loss. The offensive line looked like they just collapsed on that play.
The offensive line has to get good movement on the snap of the ball for the inside run to work, and it didn't happen on that play.
Campbell, the man in motion. Getting it there. Fakes the handoff. Throws it. He went up there and he got it. Touchdown, New Orleans.
And here's what happened. The one thing that makes this play work is a fake to the back. And then with that, it gets a receiver that half step he needs to make the catch.
The point after is good. So they begin in the red zone and wind up punching it in for a touchdown.
It's a must to score touchdowns when you get field position like that.
Berger is back and ready to put this one in the air.
Back to return.
From the 3-yard line.
You know that the offense has their eyes set on tying this thing up here on this drive. We'll have to see what they're able to put together.
The Bills will start the drive at the 29-yard line. 1st and 10.
Lucky. Play football.
The Saints come out in a nickel pack with the throw. This one falls incomplete. Reed was the one they were trying to get the ball to.
On the play. 2nd and 10. Ball on the 29-yard line.
Let us big take. Here we go,
New Orleans goes with a 4-man front.
We turning it up. There we go, deep. Here I go.
Blitz is coming. Gets rid of it. Picked off. It's intercepted.
When you're playing in a Super Bowl, you want to make a play to help your team. And he sure did his part by making that pick.
After the defense gets the takeaway, they're now set to go at the 42-yard line. Bush, the lone setback. On the carry. Under pressure. Going long. Jumps, and he has it. Vincent is there for the tackle at the 5. So at the end of one, the score is 14-7. Saints.
14. The Bills. 7.
The teams have switched sides and will start in the second quarter. 5 yards away from the end zone.
On the 5-yard line.
Watch the snap down. All right, let's go.
Only one man back.
Do something.
Hands it off to the back. Hurdles the defender. Fletcher makes the tackle at the 4. Bush battles his way forward for what appears to be a 2-yard penalty. 4 more yards to finish off the drive with a touchdown.
Watch him. Set. Let's go. Regular.
With a counter play. And he gets in there. Touchdown, New Orleans.
This is one of those plays where you let the big guys up front just plow a path right into the end zone for you.
Carney comes in for the extra point. The extra point attempt is good. And a great finish to that drive as they got into the end zone, and the defense is going to have its hands full trying to keep them in check.
They're really executing out there. Seems like just about every call they make works to perfection. If the defense can get them the ball back quickly here, they might be able to put this one away very early.
Loose ball. The Saints stick it up. Trying to get something started, he ends up turning it over on the kickoff.
And the thing is, they've got their wedge busters down there, and everyone else is flying down the field trying to make a play. And somebody ends up putting a big hit on that return man.
And they're ready to go on offense after that fumble. They'll start at the 27-yard line. Bush, the lone back.
Let's go.
The blitz is on. With the throw. Number 36 makes the play at the 26.
Good play right there. The defenders forced him to make a move that would get him nowhere.
2nd and 8.
Ball on the 26-yard line.
Keep moving.
The Bills with a 4-man front. Hand off to the tailback. Schauble comes up to make the play.
On the carry.
If they can keep getting good runs like that in the second quarter, they'll be able to use play passes the entire second half, as the defense will just be thinking about stopping the run.
4-yard gain on the play. Bush, the lone back, looking for room. Vincent is there on the stop at the 15-yard line. They go to the same running play to the same formation, and they reach the first down marker. Rodney Poole returns from being injured. Buffalo comes out in a 4-3. With the throw, jumping and has it. Touchdown, New Orleans.
This is a good play by the offense in the red zone. The wide receiver is going to break away right here and come up with a catch and the touchdown.
The point after is good. They were set up with good field position and were able to make the most of it by getting the touchdown.
It's never a good thing for your defense when they come out onto the field and they start in their own territory. They couldn't get the job done there.
Not a bad kick. They'll set up for the return. From the 9. The Bills have their work cut out for them as they take over at the 34-yard line. Ball on their own 34-yard line.
1st and 10.
The Saints with a 4-man front.
Everything you got. You can't stop.
They'll bring the blitz. Incomplete. He had to unload that pass in a hurry.
Yeah, he felt those guys closing in and gunned the ball out of there.
Hold the look. Here I go.
New Orleans comes out in a 4-3.
Watch out.
Hand it off. Thomas is there on the stop at the 32-yard line. Looks for a seam in the middle, but there's nothing there.
The defense had great penetration. They were right there to cover their gap assignments.
Watch in. All right, here we go.
They'll bring the blitz. Stepping up.
If your tackles don't have quickness, that gives those speed rushing guys a chance to push the pocket while creating pressure on the quarterback.
Mormon will come in now to punt it away. Bush is back to receive this kick. This one goes out of bounds. Ball on their own 47.
Ball on the 47-yard line.
One of us gonna make a play.
The Bills come out in a 4-3. The counter play. McGee pulls him down at the 48.
He likes to run in behind his blockers and then make a cut off their hip for a big game. But that strategy didn't work here.
Ball on the 48-yard line.
Back it up, baby.
Buffalo lines up in a 4-3. Gets rid of it, and it's intercepted.
Big time play by the defender there. He knows what's at stake, and he really helped his team with that interception.
So they're ready to go on offense after the interception. They'll start at the 49-yard line.
Play hard and fast, baby.
The
Play
Saints
football.
come out in a 4-3.
Let's go. We like to practice.
They'll bring the blitz. Kraft picks it off. Can't bring him down. The defense just gave them the ball on the takeaway, but then they give it right back.
First and
Following the
10.
interception, it's
Ball
now
on the
first
50
and
yard
10.
line.
Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Buffalo.
Goes with a four-man
One
front.
back. We coming to rep. All day, baby. Come on.
Encroachment number 94. Still first down.
So he's called for encroachment.
Yeah, he jumped early and touched an offensive player, and that forces the officials to blow the whistle.
Will
It's now
start the
first and
drive
5
at the
after the penalty.
45-yard line. First and 5.
The Bills with a four-man front. With a counterplay. Keeps his feet moving. McGee makes the tackle at the 39.
This is tough running here. Let's watch him as he gets through right here. And he breaks a tackle and keeps moving forward. I tell you, this guy's hard to bring down.
Get it up. Hey, let's go. Defense, get ready. Regular. Watch your eyes. Everything you got. From the start, from the start.
Pushes it out to the left. They'll spot this one at the 33-yard line. And that tackle gives him 3 in the game. Bush got to the outside quickly and picked up 5. Two minutes left.
Ball on the 33-yard line.
Only one man back. Little misdirection. Kelsey comes up to make the play at the 32.
Gain of 2.
On third down, they have to get it to the 29-yard line for a first down. Buffalo comes out in a 4-3. Looking to run it here. Vincent is there for the tackle at the 25.
That's a good job of separating out of the defensive lineman. They created a crack, he saw it, and made his
Ball on
move.
the 25-yard line.
There we go, D. Be careful.
The Bills
Hey, watch that
come out in a
screen.
4-3.
Not today.
He tucks it away. Setting up play action. Closing in. Fletcher comes up to make the play at the 25-yard line. He might have lost yardage after being flushed out of the pocket.
They do a good job of holding their position. He just didn't have anywhere to go. That's
Second
called
and 10.
containment.
Ball on the 25-yard line.
Only one man in the backfield. Looking for room. Gets it. Schobel is there on the stop at the 21.
Gain of
Bush
4
busted
on the
through
play.
for a few tough yards.
3rd and 6.
And here's a look at
Ball
each
on
team's
the
success on
21-yard
third
line.
down so
Under
far.
10. Yeah, you see me. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go.
They come out in a dime package.
Do something, do something.
Dropping back. Throws it. Can't bring him down. Troy Vincent brings the ball carrier down from the side. This offense having no trouble moving the ball on this drive.
Yeah, and this defense is having a lot of trouble stopping them. They can't seem to key on what they're doing and put an end to this
Ball
drive.
on the 9-yard line.
Watch your man.
The last time they were down here, they scored a touchdown.
Let's run, man. Watch out. We're talking about bringing. Stay posted up. Get it up. Watch each other back. No more, fellas.
They give it to the halfback. Fletcher is there for the tackle at the 8. They can't get the blocking they need, and now it'll be second down and goal. It's second and goal at the 8-yard line.
Play football.
The Bills come out in a 4-3.
Bring it up. Bring it up.
Hand it off to the back. Touchdown.
That touchdown had everything. Good play call, good blocking, and a great run.
Carney comes in to attempt the point after. The point after is good. So they tack on another touchdown, John.
Yeah, you don't want to panic and throw away your game plan. You can't become one-dimensional and pass on every down. That's not going to get the job done.
Thomas back to return.
Sends it sailing. From the 7. The Bills will have to hurry it up as they start the drive at the 40.
A smart coach would call this one.
They'll take over at the 40-yard line. First and 10.
Let's go, boys. Let's turn it up, D.
New Orleans comes out in a 4-3 defense. And they might have some unfavorable matchups against this 5-receiver set. Incomplete pass. Evans was his intended target.
On the play.
Smart coach who called this play.
Ball on the 40-yard line.
From the start.
Rossman looking to pass. Lines up with 5 wide receivers. Steps up into the pocket. Gets his hand on it.
You should stop him with this play.
And this should be the last play of the half.
40-yard line.
Do something. It's showtime, baby.
The Bills line up in a 5-receiver set this time. Behind him, but he has it. The 30, the 20, the 10. Touchdown, Bills. Liddell comes in for the extra point. The point after is good.
Personal foul, roughing the kicker. On the defense, number 22 will be
And they say he
enforced
didn't
on the
rough the
kickoff.
kicker, he just ran into him. That's a 5-yard penalty.
Yeah, when you rough the kicker, it's a 15-yard personal foul, and the kicking team keeps the ball. But this was a 5-yard running into the kicker
Buffalo
call.
is lined up for the kickoff. Thomas back to return.
Should be a return here. From the 4-yard line. So after the first 2 quarters of play, the score is 35-14. Saints.
35. Buffalo 14.
We're ready to begin. So both teams have come back out onto the field as we get set for the second half. This one is fielded by Thomas.
With this kind of lead, some players might want to put it in cruise control. They better watch out, though. They haven't won this one quite yet.
They'll start the drive at the 40-yard line. First and 10.
Keep the throttle down. The Bills come out in a 4-3. Hands it off. Great fake. Looking for something long. Incomplete pass. Good defense that time, and it saves them from giving up a big play.
On the play. Second and 10. Ball on the 40-yard line.
Here we go, baby. Don't make a play.
Buffalo comes out in a 4-3.
No, stop that motor.
It's a blitz.
Go.
There he goes, a lot of room to run. And he slips out of bounds at the 48.
Here's what happened. You get a guy who can move around back there. The defense gets busy covering everyone, and they forget about the quarterback. He gets past that marker and picks up a first down.
Come on. One back. We like to pack the wolves. Back it up, baby.
Little misdirection.
Run, man, run.
Vincent records the tackle at the 43.
The best backs in the league average 4 to 5 yards a carry. But there are a lot of things that go into a successful running game. You got to have good play calling, good blocking up front, and a back that can take advantage when he sees the opening.
Under 10. Will.
Only one man in the backfield. He's going to run. A lot of space in front of him. And he steps out of bounds at the 37-yard line.
Watch. Now, the key to this first down was the fact that the defense lost containment on the quarterback. He's out there running around, and that time it got him a first down.
Hey, let's go. So low. Yeah, let's go, baby.
On the carry. McGee makes the tackle at the 31.
This is just the kind of thing that they have come to expect from their running game. A very consistent and effective ground attack.
Second and 4 coming up here.
On the 31-yard line.
No, one.
Buffalo using 3 linebackers. Handed off to the back. They're going to spot this one at the 26. He was in on that play, giving him 7 tackles so far in the game.
On the offense, number 86.
Hilton held him up.
The rule on the hold is you can't let your hands go to the outside of the body. If your hands do move outside, then you have to move them back in as soon as you can, or you'll get called for holding.
39-yard line.
Everything you got.
Only one man in the
Hey,
backfield.
let's go one deep.
Here they come, going for the deep man. He goes up and grabs it. He goes down at the 17. The tackle is his 5th of the game.
Drew Brees is one of those guys who plays with a little chip on his shoulder.
Inside the red zone.
Ball on the 17-yard line.
Stay at home.
They have a big lead, and they're on the move again inside the 20. With the pass, he went up there and he got it. Touchdown, Saints.
The quarterback knew that he had to make that pass perfect, and he got the job done on that one.
Carney comes in to attempt the point after. The extra point attempt is good.
That was a nice job of keeping those chains moving and avoiding costly penalty. Now they've got to see if they can keep this momentum that they have established going for the remainder of this game.
Thomas back to return.
From the 17-yard line. Thomas is able to get it to the 33-yard line.
Thomas on the return.
Smart coach will call this one.
The
Ball on
Bills
their own
will
33.
start the drive at the 33-yard line. 1st and 10.
Check it.
The Saints come out in a 4-3. Simmons is there for the tackle.
He was looking for a place to run, but all those places were filled up with guys waiting to tackle him.
Ball on the 35-yard line.
Blue down, blue down. Let's go.
The Bills line up in a 5-receiver set this time. Young makes the stop at the 37. Osman scrambled around, picked up a few.
Zone coverage allows the defense to keep their eyes in the backfield. If he decides to take off and run, they'll see it happen almost immediately, and they can be right there to make the tackle.
Gets rid of it. He hits his receiver. Smith pulls him down at the 45-yard line. So the whole field was able to stand back there and find the open man.
You know, when a defense is sending extra rushers at the quarterback, it takes a lot of poise to get the ball out of there with any accuracy.
New Orleans comes out in their nickel package.
Go make a play. Hey, watch that.
Dropping back, pass on first down. Pressure. J.P. Mossman gets dropped. The defense is the big reason this team has the lead. They've gotten to the quarterback 4 times. Now in 2nd and long after the sack.
39-yard line.
Watch the back. Get me going.
The Saints line up in a 4-3. Pressure coming. They'll take another sack.
I'm not sure why he held the ball so long. You've got to get rid of it. Throw it away, especially after you've just been sacked in the previous play. Boom! This defense will stop him for sure.
After the sack, they'll be looking at 3rd and long here.
33-yard line.
You can't stop me.
They've done very well on 3rd down to this point.
Not today. Run again.
Steps up, throws it, and this pass is completed. White Smith stopped him for his 3rd tackle so far.
You don't run a pattern short of 1st down on 3rd down.
Mormon is ready to punt this one away. Bush is the deep return man. From the 4. Stiff arms the defender to the ground. Bush takes the punt to the 14.
Gain of 9 yards.
Watch where there's movement up front. Look for the hole and send your man into the secondary.
Inside their own 20.
15-yard line. Let's go, dude. It's on.
The Bills with a 4-man front.
Watch this.
They give it to the halfback. Clements is there for the tackle at the 18-yard line. Bush with a nice burst through the middle that time. 5-yard pickup.
2nd and 5. Ball on the 18-yard line.
One back. Hold the look.
Buffalo goes with a 4-man front.
Good shoot.
He gets the count. Posey is there on the stop at the 24-yard line. Bush with a nice burst through the middle that time. 5-yard pickup.
3rd and inches.
And here's what they've been able to do so far on 3rd down.
Let's go now. Act like you want to win. Everything you
He's sneaking. Anderson brings him down big enough to move the chains.
1
I
yard
think he got it by
gain on the
about
play.
an inch. So we've reached the end of the 3rd quarter with the Saints ahead of the Bills, 42-14.
14.
The Saints, barring a catastrophic breakdown, will take home a win when this final quarter ends.
1st and 10. Ball on the 24-yard line.
Get it up. Let's go.
Only one man in the backfield.
All day, baby.
And the
Come on.
counter play. Great to get free. Number 36 is there for the tackle. Bush has had a great game so far, now has over 100 yards rushing. 1st and 10.
On the 47-yard line.
Let's go now.
The Bills with a 4-man front.
Turn it up now. Let's do our thing. Let's do our thing. Bring it on. Bring it
In
on.
this direction. Schobel makes the tackle at the 49-yard line.
3-yard
Nothing
gain on
dazzling
the play.
there as they call the same running play twice in a row. Ball at about midfield.
Ball on the 49-yard line.
Regular.
The Bills come out in a 4-3.
Let's go. Let's go.
Feeds it off to the back. They'll mark it at the 46. Solid game. Picks up another
Gain
tackle.
of 4.
I'm impressed with their running game. It's a big part of their offense.
3rd and 3.
They've done a great job
Ball
taking
on the
advantage of
46-yard
blocking
line.
up front.
Go, 1-1-1. You got it.
Bush, the lone back.
Let's go, boys. It's showtime, baby. No more, fellas. Be careful. You can't stop me. Hey, watch that screen. Here I come. Here we go, baby. Rock and roll. Hey, watch the screen. All on us, y'all. Let's turn it up.
Give it to the halfback. He's brought down behind the line for a short
On the
loss.
carry.
They played it safe, stayed on the ground, nothing doing. It's 4th down and 3 yards to go.
Everything you got. From the start, from the start.
And rather than punt, they're going to let the offense have a shot at this 4th down.
Under 10. One of us gonna make a play. Solo. Come on. Hey, watch the ball.
Little misdirection.
Hurry, run.
Triple holds him down behind the line.
First
Ball
and
on the
10.
50-yard line.
Ball on the 50-yard line.
Regular. There we go, D.
The Saints line up in a 4-3. It's a blitz. There he goes. The 40. Grant is there for the tackle.
Hey, if you can keep running the ball in the 4th quarter as you're playing catch-up, that's an advantage that you have over the defense because it keeps them off balance.
Let's do our thing. Let's go now.
They're blitzing. Throwing. He finds his man. The 20. 5. Touchdown, Bills.
Touchdown.
The quarterback went through his progressions and found a receiver that he thought had the best chance to haul it in for the score.
And Bell comes in for the extra point. The extra point attempt is good. The Bills still find themselves in a very deep hole.
They're going to need a lot of luck to even have a chance at coming back in this one.
Well, they need the ball back and they need points, so they're lining up for the onside kick. Here it is. New Orleans recovers the onside kick.
They should be able to put this one on ice.
First and 10.
Ball on the 40-yard line.
Not today.
Buffalo goes with a four-man front. They give it to the halfback. Number 36 comes up to make the play. And that gain will get them a fresh set of downs.
It was a great run. He saw his blockers create some room for him, and he accelerated right through the hole.
Buffalo lines up in a 4-3.
Hey, watch that screen.
Hands it off. Nikito spikes as the man to bring him down. That's his third tackle.
The offensive line loves to run block, playing physically against the defensive line. They've done a heck of a job of it out there today.
Two minutes left.
Ball on the 24-yard line.
McAllister, the lone back. He gets the carry. McGee is there on the stop at the 17. He was not going to be denied the first down there, John.
And I'll tell you something. Offensive linemen love to block for him because he can make something out of nothing.
The Bills with a four-man front.
Ain't no thing. Here we go, baby. Rock and roll. Watch the snap down.
Hand it off to the back. Schauble is there for the tackle at the 12-yard line. Bush with a nice burst through the middle that time. 5-yard pickup. $12 yards needed to get into the end zone.
Nothing. They don't get
Only
out.
one man back.
Here we go. Bring it up. Bring it up. Hey, let's go. Let's go now.
It's the ball. And that's a stiff one. Troy Vincent found the ball carrier again. That's something we've seen plenty of in this game. About a 5-yard pickup for the first down.
The defense was taken out of their game plan on that play. No one was able to get away from their block until it was too late.
We like a pack of wolves. We gotta believe it. It's our game. We gotta have it, D. Here we come. I can do it, baby. Not today. Come on. Come on. Let us big time. Let's go, D.
And there's the kneel down by the quarterback. This game reaches its conclusion with the final score, New Orleans 42, Buffalo 21. This is Al Michaels with John Madden saying goodbye for EA Sports.